Hello everyone and welcome back. Previously I've customized this shiny and clean Chevy Gasser. It came to be a very nice car. Today I'm going to do the opposite by customizing this Plymouth Fury. It has this hole in the roof, it is an error, but I'm going to customize it into a rusty Gasser. So let's get started. So, right before starting the customization of today, here's something I've promised to one of my subscribers. Team, this one is for you. You wanted to see the Chevy Silverado, and here it is. It is the one that I've made a few years ago with suspension mod. It has the rust effects all around, and there is this roof section that I've added at the back. The suspension setup is pretty sensitive, and this car is rolling very fast on rough terrain. You can take it to a downhill off-road course and it will roll perfectly, and you can slow down your movie and you can see how the suspension is working. It is very nice to see. This car is optional with a roof rack. It can be attached by using my magnet system. The second car I wanted to share with you today is this one. Well, it is almost like this one. Since it is a Ford pickup truck, I had to cut the back end in order to turn this car and make it look as if it is some kind of a Baja vehicle. And this one too has suspension. You can see it is a nice and soft setup, but not as soft as the Silverado I've showed you earlier. The wheels you see here were taken from a Matchbox donor car. They are made of plastic and they were painted in matte gray. The back end wooden bed was made from real wooden sushi sticks, and I've added some extra parts like a skid plate at the front and some roll bars at the back. Now let me demonstrate the articulation of this vehicle. You can see it is nice to photo shoot this car while it is articulating. And the third car I wanted to share with you today is something that I've made a few years ago, way before Matchbox introduced this trailer. I've made my own trailer, you can see here, attached to this nice Chevy truck that was also customized with suspension. The motorcycles were made out of pieces of metal and plastic parts that I found, and if you look up closely you can see that there are even brake cables and brake levers. And right before starting our little project today, I want to give a shout out to my friend Berto Soto from Sanshoku Customs. He has a channel on YouTube and you can visit his channel and see his great work. One of them is this T3 crew cab. It is a replica of my real life car. Actually, I'm the owner of two cars. One of them is a 1977 Ford Escort, and the second one that I bought a few months ago was this VW T3 pickup truck. With this car I had to learn some new skills because there were some rusted panels that I had to replace, and I also wanted to build my own roof rack. And Berto has made a very accurate work by adding all the nice details and key features of my real-life car. So please visit his channel, you won't be disappointed. Now it is time to start with this Plymouth Fury. I'm going to turn it into a gasser. Like all beginnings, I'm starting by removing the base and creating new threads for the posts. I'm going to close this model back with some screws. I have a few of these bought lately because sometimes I like to do a few versions of the same car. So this one is going to be the gasser, and probably one of them will be a demolition derby car, and one of them will be a lifted version of some kind of a Baja vehicle. The first mod will be changing the wheels of this car. I'm going to use rubber tires instead of plastic ones. And now that I see this car with rubber tires, I'm thinking about leaving it this way. But as you know, I'm not going to stop here. I will change the body as well. And here is your car with different wheels. It is already looking very nice, but now I have to find a way how to turn this car into a gasser. So the first thing to do is to move the wheels a little bit closer to its front end. So I'm creating this channel that will hold the wheels in their new position. Then I will remove the bumper and replace the bumper with a tank. Now I'm going to add this metallic piece to this plastic interior part. It will lock against the axle right here, and it will allow me to disassemble the car after I'll finish adding all the parts and accessories before the final paint. Since this part is new and not original like other parts of this car, I have to make some modification and trimming in order to lock this part with the post. And now you can see it is a perfect match. Since I've used hot glue in order to attach this part to my base, I can always hit this part and reposition it once again. Since this car is going to be a gasser, I need a tank at the front, so I'm creating one right now from this piece of metal. Every now and then I stop and I'm creating a checkpoint, and with this checkpoint I'm making sure that everything is matching perfectly. I don't want to discover that I've made a mistake and then go back a few steps. Now I'm using my epoxy in order to fabricate the parts, like this tank at the front. There's this cap and also the rounded edges. I'm going to use my epoxy in order to close the hole in the roof as well. Same story of epoxy is here. I'm using my epoxy in order to create some exhaust pipes. Now let's have a look on this exhaust pipe here. You can see that it is positioned in the right way. It allows the wheel to spin freely. Now I'm going to paint this car. It is going to be a rusty version of this Plymouth Fury. So I will see you soon on my garage. And after the paint work, here it is, hand painted with acrylic paints and also detailed with some rust effects. Okay, so now I'm going to leave you with the images of my new gasser and my garage. You can comment down below and tell me if you like this project, yes or no. And if you didn't subscribe my channel, please do so because I have some new stuff that is coming soon. Please take care of yourselves and bye bye.